right, guys. DeMarcus, what's happening, man?
What's happening, bro? How you doing?
Doing well, bro. Doing well. Doing well. We make sure we are locked in here
Why is it not showing up on
really
my email?
quickly. Family that's jumping in. What's up? What's going on?
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure.
Yeah, let's make sure.
Yes, it's public. Yeah.
Boom,
Let's
boom.
do it.
Oh yeah, we're locked. We're locked. I just gotta make sure we're good on Instagram. Hope everybody's having a great day today, man. I know I am.
It's a beautiful Sunday, my man.
Beautiful Sunday, man. Beautiful Sunday. How's your Sunday been going, man? Pretty good.
Pretty good, man. Chill around here. It's been busy. Had a really busy work week. Getting ready to go to Dallas for an event. So
Yep.
just like doing laundry, work, organizing. You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah.
Sundays are for.
Yeah, man. Sundays are for that type of stuff and having
Yes,
good
sir.
conversations with the wholesaling gang. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir. Yes, sir. That's what it's
Yeah.
about.
Well, look, man, I know people are probably wondering what we're doing here. So want to make sure we get this, we do this well. We have a good conversations. My name is Charles. I wholesale around North Carolina. I've been doing it for about 5 years. This is my good friend DeMarcus. I'll let him introduce himself. But basically, what we're going to do today, chop it up, find out a little bit about DeMarcus, his story, how he got into wholesaling. We're going to find out a little bit about a special course he's got launching tomorrow. So, DeMarcus, give us a little elevator pitch about yourself, man.
Demarcus Mabry, for those who don't know me, I've been wholesaling since 2018, 19, so a little over 5 years now.
Mhm.
I've learned so much in the wholesaling journey. It's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but doing it full time. I have been coaching students on wholesaling for the last, I want to say about a year. And I have a passion just for seeing people make that transformation, watching what wholesaling does for people. So I've been working diligently for the last, I don't know, almost a year, maybe a little more on getting this course right so that it helps people get from A to B as fast as possible.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to go into today. And I'm going to be talking about my journey. Feel free to drop questions, comments below. And that's me.
Yeah, perfect, man. Perfect. So yeah, we're gonna get into a little bit of everything. Like you said, if you guys have any questions or comments about his story, the course that he's got coming out, please don't hesitate to drop them. We'll try to get to everybody. But first and foremost, man, wholesaling to us is kind of everything, but
Yeah.
a lot of people have no idea what it is and how you got into it. So what kind of led you to wholesaling? Where did you hear about it first? And then how did you get into it yourself?
I first heard about it from a friend of mine, Troy, what's up, Troy, if you're watching? He told me about, there's this way to get in real estate, no cash, no credit. And
Yep.
I'm like, I never heard about this before. I'm thinking flip houses or something. You need cash or credit, right?
Got to.
So I'm like, he sends me this, I think it was a Breakfast Club interview of a guy
Mhm.
describing wholesaling. And now that I look back, like the guy didn't even do a great job describing what exactly wholesaling is. Now that I'm, been in it for so long, but
Yeah.
yeah, I heard about that. I want to say August of 2019. For those of you who've been following me, you know my story. I got laid off from my job the day before Thanksgiving that same year.
Wow.
So for those 3 months, I've been researching wholesaling, YouTube University. I learned as much as I could, but I just never had the time to implement because I was working a 9 to 5 job, right?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So you pray to God, you ask him like, I want to start this business, I want to be an entrepreneur. Be careful what you ask for because he'll give you the opportunity to prove it. And lucky for me, day before Thanksgiving that happened. So I've been a full-time entrepreneur, wholesaler, investor since that day. And we'll get into my first deal, which came quickly after that. But it was really just from a friend of mine put a bug in my ear, and I started doing the research, and the rest is history.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Shout out to Troy, man, for putting the bug in your ear and it leading you to a completely different career path where you've been able to
Yeah,
sustain, man. I mean, it's a crazy industry. I had a similar story, but one thing that people really struggle with, or I think probably the most difficult part about wholesaling in general, is getting that first deal, right? Getting
yeah,
that proof of concept. Because when people describe it or when you hear about it for the first time, it sounds fake. It doesn't sound real. It
yeah.
sounds like
Too good to
some
be true.
idea, right? So what did it feel like, and how did you get yourself to that first deal where you get that proof of concept?
So, like I said, after I got laid off, I was like, my head was going in a million places. Like, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm scared. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like, I have rent to pay. All the bills are just like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Had a
Yep.
little money saved up, but not much at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Enough to be scared. Like, it was a,
Right.
it was a little bit like, I'm
Right.
nervous. Christmas is around the corner. Like, it was just a weird time.
For sure.
So I just knew, like, I made a decision. I just knew that this was my plan and I had to put everything I had into it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
I found my first deal. I was just through all the YouTube University, all the research I had done. I thought Craigslist was this grand idea place to find a seller, a motivated seller.
Yep. Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
turned out at that time it was. So I found a seller. The seller actually lived in New York. The
Okay.
property was in Kansas, and I'm in Georgia. That's the power of wholesaling and just Wi-Fi. Like we're talking about 3 different regions, but we're all connecting to get this deal done. So
Right.
I didn't know what I was doing. Like I researched enough, but you got to actually do it. So I'm just acting like I know what I'm doing. I'm building rapport with the seller. I got a divorce. Now he lives in New York. He wants nothing to do with this property in
Right.
Kansas.
Right.
So I agree with the price on him. I can't remember. It was under 20,000. It was a pretty cheap property. And
Okay.
now I'm like, how do I find a buyer? So I just Google we buy houses guys, contractors, whoever I could find in this super rural area of Canada. Like, it wasn't even a big city. This is like really rural, which
Yeah.
I know now was even tougher to
Right.
get done.
Right. Right.
But eventually found somebody, man. I think I made like 4,200 on that first deal.
Okay.
And that closed and funded January 4th. So we're talking Thanksgiving was the big turning point in my
Yep.
life.
Yep.
And then to January 4th, I mean, that's like a month and a week.
Yeah, bro.
So I feel like, I put my pedal to the metal. I knew that I didn't do no job searching in between that. And
Yep.
that's not to knock anybody that's been in that situation, but
Yeah.
I just told myself, like, I'm going to make this work. Like, I've heard about it. I've seen other people do it. I don't know if it's true or not, but I got to put my all into it to find out. And I feel like that's why it happened so fast. I've seen people wholesale for a year and not close a deal.
Yep.
And I don't understand it, but I feel like I said, it's because you have that plan B that you're hanging on to. But when you just go all in, like, it's going to happen, bro.
For sure. For sure. It's interesting that you say that because typically it does take people a lot longer to get deals in a month. But
Mm-hmm.
this is what happens when your back is truly against the wall, right?
Yeah.
I'm one of those people where it took 6 or 8 months for us to get a deal, right? But I also had a part-time job. I got part-time at my 9 to 5, so I wasn't gonna die. I wasn't gonna
Right.
eat, right? So I didn't have as much aggression towards the business, if you will. But that's a great story in terms of having your back be put against the wall and deciding, hey, this could happen to me at any point for the rest of my life, no matter what the job is, right? And decide that you're gonna learn how to create money really out of thin air to support yourself and your family. So amazing story, man. Congratulations to you for taking because it's scary, especially doing it in a different state, dealing with these people you don't know. So congratulations to you for getting over that. And on that same kind of mind frame there, what kind of mental shifts do you think you had to go through to get to the point where you could do this successfully? Like, what was going on in your mind to make you able to do this business the way you are now?
I think early on, especially like during that time, we don't have to go all into it, but I went for my first deal. That second deal came a month after that. So I think after that next one, there's something about the first one. I'm like, all right, is this a fluke or not? Like, is this real? But that next one, I think was like, I don't know, 12 or 13,000. And to me, that was like $100,000.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, like I did it twice now in 3 months. That's really all right. Like I'm starting to like this thing. So the shift that happened for me was, man, just like visualizing myself as a successful wholesaler at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I would dream about it, talk my wife's head off about it, talk to anybody in the store about it, talk to my family. Like it was just, I was engulfed in the information so much that I could like see myself being successful at this for like 3, 4, 5 years to come.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. Like it's your self-belief system. If you don't really believe you deserve it, if you don't believe that you're going to do it, it's going to be harder for you. You're always going to find an excuse, I feel like. But I really saw myself on this. And so it's no, like, I'm not surprised it
Yeah, yeah.
worked. Now it's hard, but I'm not surprised that it worked because I really, really, really believed it. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's another strong point, man. It takes a lot of self belief. It has got to be the biggest thing that goes into this. To be honest, like you can anybody can do it, right? The difference between the people that do it and don't do it, are the people that believe in themselves that much and don't give up, right? So
Exactly.
kudos to you for believing in yourself and continuing to believe in yourself enough to where this has literally changed your life, right? To
Yeah,
where
it
you
has,
can
bro.
literally say this has changed my life. So amazing, amazing. So I know we've talked about the first couple of deals, right? That kind of got you into this, how it felt. Now let's talk about something that most people want to hear about, right?
Mm.
What was the biggest deal you ever done? Take us through how you got the lead. Quickly how you got this deal, how you sold it, how much you sold it for.
I call this one the golden nugget, man. This one was 56,000. And it was incredible. It was from a text lead. I can't remember
Oh,
what
you said
software.
$56,000.
56 G's, yeah.
Yeah, for people
56
listening,
G's.
that's more than the median income in America.
Yeah,
Right?
bro. And I remember it was December. Like that was like one of the best months of my life in business, bro. Because that wasn't the only deal I closed that month. Like that
Yeah,
month was my biggest month. It was close to like 6 figures.
yeah.
And it just so happened, deals get delayed, and it just so happens they boom,
Mm-hmm.
boom, boom. So it was a text campaign lead. New York again. A lady lived in New York,
Yep.
and this property was down in Georgia, but this was a big property, like a not distressed property, right?
Okay.
And I want to say it was Powder Springs, Georgia, or something like that.
Yep.
She moved to New York. She had a ex-boyfriend staying in the house or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I, went over there, got the property under contract. I want to say like 340, let's just say 340.
Okay.
And the issue I found out when I got to the house that the ex-boyfriend was a very, very large human being, for
Okay.
one.
Okay.
And he just wasn't trying to leave, put it that way. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
realized after I got to the house, I'm like, okay, I'm connecting the dots. She kind of was okay with the price, because she wanted me to help her. She wanted
Yeah.
me to help her
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
out this house. And he was staying there with another girl.
Classic.
So, right, it just took some time. Had to go over there like twice, took some time. Dude was big. I mean, he was cool. He was cool. I'm like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
she's going to sell the house regardless, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's
Yep.
not make it a struggle. I
Yep.
see you here with another chick. This is
Yep.
none of my business, bro. But
You,
like,
you don't want to see her
either,
watch y'all get evicted. You don't want
yeah,
to see
like either
that,
the cops are gonna come, like it's just there's no way this ends smoothly because she
man.
wants to sell, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
eventually, by the grace of God, he just left one day, bro. He left one day. I got a locksmith for her. She came and changed the locks, or he got it changed, the locks changed. I
Mm-hmm.
took the keys. Like, she let me have the key
Yeah.
to the
Take it.
house because she was in New York, and got it closed. I found a buyer at like 396 or something like that. Property was in great shape.
Yep.
That was when the market was really, really booming. So that was a great deal, bro. Right before Christmas time.
56,000 right before Christmas.
It's
And that,
crazy, bro.
a lot of people sometimes think that wholesaling is selling houses or whatever, and kind of it is, but really the real thing you're doing for people is solving problems. And this is a case
Yeah,
in point, right?
that was a big problem.
Solving this is her main issue, and she was willing to let you earn 56,000 in order to solve it for her, right?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is really what wholesaling is based upon. Where I feel like people miss out on that a lot of the times. They start getting so involved with the money and forget that, hey, we're supposed to be helping people here. Solving problems is how you make bigger checks at the end of the
yeah,
day.
exactly.
Since you've been a full-time wholesaler, what's been that sounds like a good thing, right? That 56,000, that's the easy stuff to talk about,
Yeah.
right? What's been the most difficult thing that you've had to face since you've been a full-time wholesaler? What do you think?
I think just developing as a businessman, understanding what your weaknesses are,
Yeah.
not ignoring them, right? Because you can ignore your weaknesses and just focus on your strengths. You'll go far, but you won't go as far as you could go,
Yeah.
right? So finding out that whole, what am I going to do with these weaknesses, right? Am I going to delegate them? Am I going to get better at them? You know what I'm saying? So like figuring out what those are for me early on, that was like organization, systems, all those sorts of things. So through having mentors, partners, outsourcing, I've got those, under control. But it's really just facing the music as to what type of business person you are and where you're at in your journey, right? You can think you're doing everything right, And yeah, you're making some money doing everything right. But if you really want to get to the next level, you have to keep developing yourself, keep educating yourself, keep surrounding yourself with people, honestly, that are smarter than you.
Yep.
And that do things just as well as you in other areas so that you can be well-rounded. If you're
Yeah.
going to be a business person, you have to be well-rounded. So that's the hardest part to realize in the beginning, because when you close your first few deals, you think you know everything, bro. You think you know everything.
What? Can't
But
tell
you
me
don't, bro.
a
You
thing.
don't. There's always somebody that's been doing it since like the 80s, the 90s,
Yeah.
the early 2000s, before the percent. Like, so you don't know everything. And
Yeah,
so just developing as a well-rounded businessman, that's it.
for sure. That makes a lot of sense. Jordan, I see you, bro. What's going on, bro? Good to see you in here, man. Hope you doing
What
well.
up, Jordan?
But yeah, man, that's a great point. It's a continuous journey of learning and figuring this out and getting better at it and getting smarter. The day we start thinking we know everything is the day this will go downhill for sure.
For
So
sure. For
very,
sure.
very, very good good points there. Now I know, obviously you've been doing this for a little over 5 years. You've had a lot of success wholesaling. You could have just, gone on and rode out to the sunset. You know what I mean? Done well for yourself and your family. But you decided that you wanted to start coaching and helping other people. So where did that come from? Where did the desire to coach and create this course come from inside of you? Why do you want to help people like that?
Yeah, great question, bro. It just really came from from me posting my journey
Sure.
since 2019, 20, whatever. Like, people ask questions. People are in the same we're in the same spot that I was, like, not knowing that this is real. Are you actually making real money? People have questions about the business, about certain deals, about how to talk to sellers. So I was fielding a lot of questions, having a
Mhm.
lot of calls, just helping people. So I just thought it would be best to try to organize something so that I can help more people, because I can only talk on the phone or message people so much, right, in the day. So I just wanted to get something organized, and I started the coaching and had some great success with that. And man, I got really hooked to watching people change, bro. Like, people come to you asking about wholesaling, but then they transform into somebody that believes more so in themselves. They didn't think it was true. They didn't think it was real. Watching them close a deal is just really great to see. So it's something that really got me hooked last year when I started coaching.
Yeah, got you. So would you say your coaching is more for, what you've been doing? Is it more for first time wholesalers to help you get your first deal, or is it more geared towards experienced people? What's kind of your baseline and who you're looking to help the most?
Yeah, this course is for someone that hasn't closed a deal. You're
Yep.
still stuck in analysis paralysis for whatever reason. This course is for you. If you've closed the deal, this course can still be for you. It'll help you scale. So if you're not at like 4 or 5 deals a month consistently, this course is also for you. Don't think just because you closed a deal that this course won't help you. There's plenty of information about scaling that's going to help you, about KPIs and how to stay organized. So it's for people in that medium range. Now, if you're doing 5+ deals a month and you've already got to that point, there's still something that can help you, but it's really geared for people that haven't closed a deal yet, are still in that 1 to 2 deals per month range. That's
Yeah.
exactly what the course is for.
Man, that's amazing because that is from what I've seen, that is the toughest part of this, man. I mean, getting from 0 to 1 is always the most difficult step, and helping people get to that step it is amazing. How many people have you seen or helped to get to their first deal so far? I know
Three,
the course drops to tomorrow, right? But just in terms of the general coaching that you've been doing,
three people.
3 people.
And I honestly, like, I know people. It would be more had I coach more,
Yeah,
but you know
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Is your
Oh,
what?
that was easy.
How many out of 7? Right, 3 out of 7.
You be there?
Yeah, I'm there. You still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Okay, so yeah, three, bro. And you'll see a lot of that information on the website, a lot of
Mhm.
videos where you can hear interview testimonials. Yeah, dropping tomorrow live. It's been an amazing journey, and like I said, I love to see that transformation. People hear from this wholesaling, and that's really what we're talking about. We're talking about making money. We're talking about building a business for yourself.
Yeah,
But I'm telling you, it's deeper than that. It's deeper
yeah.
than wholesaling. The confidence you'll get from closing your first deal and making this money out of thin air
In
is going
there.
to translate into other areas of your life. I'm not BSing around. You're going to get better in the gym. You're going to get better in your personal relationships. You're
Yeah,
going to become more confident as a person. I've seen it happen
yeah,
to people in my community and my students. So
yeah.
it's wholesaling, but the skills you learn from closing your first deal are going to translate into the rest of your life. It's going to make you a better person.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%, man. It's such a special thing closing that first deal and watching yourself transform into a more confident person, a person that has more skills that can take themselves further in life. We got more people commenting. Carlos, what's going on, bro? Hope you're getting a
Los,
good day. You know what I mean? My pops is in here.
Pops. What up,
What's
Pops?
going on, pops? Shante, how you doing? Thank you for popping in and showing some love. But man, the idea of a course is amazing. It sounds like it's not just going to help you get your first deal, but kind of transform you into closer to being the person that you want to be, right?
Yeah.
If you're signing up for this, which is what a lot of people are searching for. So there are tons of courses out there already, right? What makes this course different from the courses that you've seen, the other courses that people could jump into? Why should they choose you?
That's a great question, and I'm so glad you asked that, Charles. They they
I'll
should
put you on the
choose
hot seat in here, bro. I'm not going to take it easy on you just because you're my guy.
they should choose this course because I wouldn't just slap something together. I could have done this years ago, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I could have had a course in 2022
Sure.
and just sold it to people, right?
Yeah.
I wanted it to be with all my experience. I wanted it to have everything that I've learned throughout the years of wholesaling, good, bad, scripts, suggestions, ways to talk to sellers,
Yeah.
ninja tips about what to do to sellers that I don't talk about a lot, and that's
Yeah.
the reason I've been so I've excelled in acquisition. So a lot of that stuff is in there, and it took time to go through my own lessons, to have my own losses, to have my own big wins.
Yeah.
That's what I really wanted to capture in this course. I know there's a lot of stuff on the market, right? There's courses $5, $500, $5,000, and everything in between, right? But not only have I been doing this for years, I've kept up with the technology. The deals my students just closed recently are from strategies I just taught them. Like, hey, do this. You know what I'm saying? Because I've kept up with. Let me see.
I don't know if it's you or me breaking up a little bit.
Am I back now?
Yep. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Because I've kept up with AI, I've kept up with technology, I've kept up with platforms, I've kept up with carrier violations and what they're doing with SMS text. So I'm informed. Like, I got my ears to the street. And this course is a perfect course for right now, Cinco de Mayo 2025, for a lot of people who need an avenue to make more money. Tons of people have got laid off recently, government, UPS, Amazon, everybody I don't know, man. The news is crazy. Everybody gets fired. So this is a perfect time. It's affordable. It's a perfect time for people to dig in and really take the next step.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, it sounds like it's I can speak to, you being an actual wholesaler that wholesales constantly now, right? So I can, the stuff that you're doing, that you've put in this course is stuff that you are actively doing, right? Which is a big difference between a lot of the courses that I've seen out there. For people that maybe wholesaled in 2010 when this was a lot different.
It's different. It's different. Yeah.
A lot different. Now, you and I both spent some time in the analysis paralysis stage. We're thinking about it. We want to take that jump. We want to make it happen, but either the confidence isn't there or we just don't know what we're doing. So for people on the fence that are kind of stuck in that analysis paralysis or wondering whether they should do wholesaling, what would this course do for them, right? What is this course? How does this course help get you from analysis paralysis to closing your first deal?
Yeah, I think great question. I know so many people are in that boat. Like a lot of the population, not even just wholesale, are in that boat where they're not able to decide what they want to do.
Yeah.
Why is it doing that?
Yeah, that Georgia internet get a little shaky, man. Everything down there in Georgia get a little shaky sometimes.
Everything in Georgia get a little shaky. Okay.
In the A get a little different sometimes.
Somebody's scamming my internet. Anyway, bro. I think my style of coaching, which you can ask my students about, it is a little kick in the butt. Yep. You might not love it at times, but that style I've put into the instruction and education in the course. So it has videos, it has lessons, other resources that are helpful for you. So if you're on the fence about wholesaling, like now is the time. I don't believe there's going to be a product like this again on the market. Now is the time to get in on it. It's a lot of great information. You're not going to be in analysis paralysis after this course because it's going to tell you exactly what to do. And if you don't do that, that's on you.
Right.
That's on you. But this course is going to help you, guide you through it. You won't feel alone. Trust me, it has everything that someone needs if they're stuck on the fence about it.
Got you. So it sounds like it's not just theoretical ideas. This is actual step by step
Yeah.
information on how to do it. Am I off?
No, it's step by step information based on your budget. So maybe you don't have 5,000 sit in the bank. Maybe you don't have $1,000 sit in the bank. I've
Mm-hmm.
closed wholesale deals with nothing in the bank.
Yeah.
I've closed wholesale deals with agents. I've done it all
Yeah.
with every budget. So there's no excuse. It's all in the course.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Now,
Yeah.
you mentioned it a little bit before, but you could have dropped this 3 years ago, right? You could have dropped this,
So
2 years ago, right? You could have dropped this after your first deal, like I see people do, right? Why is now the right time? Why do you feel like this is such a special time for you to go ahead and drop this course for the people?
man, honestly, great question. I just feel like people need it, bro. People need it right now. And I had a lot of stuff going on, this year, last year, personal stuff, but it was time that I got everything wrapped up to release this course because, like I mentioned, you would think a government job probably the safest it can get, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
So I know. So I know people that have personally been affected by that. I know people that are, getting laid off currently coming up with UPS.
Mhm.
And it's just we're going through a lot right now in our economy. Things are uncertain. People are uneasy. People need legit education from a proven source. So
Mhm.
that's why the time is now to release this course. And not everybody's gonna love everything you do, but I'm certain this is the right course for the market right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. I think it's
Yeah,
if there was ever a time to want to learn a
yeah,
new skill and learn how to provide for yourself and not have to depend on even the government who you think is going to be the most dependable, it's
yeah.
now. And we're seeing thousands and thousands of people getting laid off from their jobs, even from government jobs, that may not know what to do, but have the skills needed to wholesale. Right, wholesaling is not some extravagant thing that you need 5 years of colleging to do. Right, you need
Exactly.
the right guidance in order to let you know how to help people, how to help your sellers, how to help your buyers in order for you to earn money. So I couldn't agree more. This is a great time for people to learn a new skill, and learn how to put food on the tables themselves, right?
Exactly, bro.
And on
Exactly.
somebody else. So I'm
And
sure
if you
there's
got fired, don't feel bad. I got you, bro.
yeah,
I
man. I mean, you were in their spot. It was a
was in
few
that
years ago.
spot,
You
bro.
were in that exact spot, man, and we're able to turn it around in 4 or 5 weeks. You know what I mean? Which
Yes.
is a big deal. So, for the people that are watching this right now, thinking about it, they're still a little skeptical. They want to do it, but they're not sure. You know what I mean? What would you say directly to the people watching this that are on the fence about getting your course?
If you're still on the fence about getting my course, look through my profile, look at what I posted, scroll all the way down to 2020, 2019. So the credibility is there. You don't need any more proof. It's just time for you to start. You need
Yeah.
to make wholesaling a priority in your life, just like what you dream about, what you fantasize about, your visions for your life. I want those to be a priority for you too. I'm really excited about this. I live, sleep, breathe wholesaling.
Yeah.
I answer questions. I've been helping people unofficially for years. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
people know. So if you're on the fence, it's this time. It's time for you to win, man. I don't want you relying on a job. I don't want you relying on the government. I don't want you relying on anyone but yourself. You have what it takes to get this done. If you have Wi-Fi, a phone, you probably can do it without a laptop. I would recommend a laptop, but if you have those things and Wi-Fi, you can do it. I did it when I did not know what I was doing at all. All I
Yeah.
had was Max Maxwell, a few
Yeah.
YouTube videos, and that's it. That was
Yeah.
the only resource I had. You know what I'm saying? I just went out and did it. So with that stuff, the resources and the information I have in the course, you should beat me. Honestly, I put it
Yeah.
together so that you can beat me.
No, for sure. That's a great point, man. As somebody who learned how to do this through YouTube University, let me tell you, buy the course, man. Please, please.
Right. YouTube
Because
University left a lot of holes, bro. Yeah.
yeah, man. YouTube University, it's amazing and it helped me change my life. But please, it's not worth the time, right? Buy the
Right.
course, spend the money. You're either gonna spend time or money, And if you have
Exactly.
the money, you can afford to do this. I promise you, it'll help get you where to go. I've seen this man's work ethic. I've seen how he takes care of his sellers. We've been cool for years now, and I can really speak to the type of integrity that Demarcus has, and I know that he wouldn't put a product out there if he didn't stand behind it. And if he's willing to stand behind it, I'm willing to stand behind it. So,
Right.
Rocket Flipping Kickstart Course
Yes, sir.
tomorrow. What time is it dropping? Just so we know,
Hey,
this will be like a cool gray 11 launch, bro. What time do I need to be on my computer ready to press go?
hey, 9 a.m. Cinco de Mayo, tomorrow
Yes.
morning. You can check my bio, Instagram or Facebook or YouTube at DeMarcus Mabry. I'll make a post about it at 9 a.m.
Yep.
9 a.m. tomorrow. Be ready. Click the link. Just don't think about it anymore. It's time for you to win, bro. I want everybody to win, bro. I really do. It's enough money for everybody, bro.
For sure. For sure. No, I 100% agree with that, bro. And I'm going to tell you this, man. If you're not ready, and feel how you feel about this, guys. If you're not ready to do the work, don't buy the course. All right.
Yeah.
Right. Don't waste your time. Right. Because let's be very clear about this. This course will tell you exactly what you need to do. But if you're not going to do the work, don't blame it on the course. That's all I'm going to say. Right.
Yeah.
You still have to do the work. You still have to be consistent. You have to follow the plan prescribed to you. Okay. So if you're ready to take that jump and stop being a punk, lazy, sitting on the couch, not doing any work and blaming all of your problems on somebody else, if you're ready to let that version of yourself go, right? 9 a.m. tomorrow, some people will be buying tequila shots. You guys are going to be buying a course that's going to change the rest of your life. So you can go to Mexico next year, go to Mayo, right?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. No, I agree. It's not a magic potion, right? You're not going to buy the course and $20,000 gets wired to your bank account, but I'm making it as easy as possible for you to take those steps and get there. And you're going to make a transformation yourself. This is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Tomorrow, 9 a.m., man. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm checking out the course. I'm buying the course, making sure I don't need to freshen up. Well, I'm not a technology.
My God.
I gotta go see what the competition is doing out there, man. See if I could join the party. But man, it's been amazing having you on here, bro. Always a pleasure talking to you. Is there anything else you want to tell the people? Oh, actually, before we do that, you're not going to say this stuff, so I'm going to ask for you, right? I'm going to let you toot your own horn a little bit here. How many deals do you think you've done, bro?
Over 100.
Over 100 deals.
Yeah, for sure.
Over 100 deals. So you got a course that has 100 deals of experience. I imagine you've probably done over $1 million in wholesale fees.
Yeah.
Yes, right? So we're talking about 100 deals, $1 million in wholesale fees, and you guys want to buy a course from somebody that's done 2 deals and made $5,000, right?
Yeah.
This guy you want to buy your course from, I'm telling you, he's in the field right now wholesaling. We talk about wholesaling every single week.
Every day, bro.
Every single week, damn near every single day, right? This is somebody that is actively wholesaling and giving away all the goods that he has, right? We're not here to gatekeep anything, right? We want you guys to succeed. So please check this out. I know I'm it's like I'm marketing for this guy. He didn't pay me for this, right? I truly believe in this product. Like seriously, man, I truly believe in this product. So please check it out. Change your life, change your family's life. This is the course that you guys have been waiting for. I'm telling you, Rocket Flipping Kickstart Course, Cinco de Mayo. If you don't do it, don't say we didn't try, because we're trying to guys.
And last thing I'll say is just, make education a fun thing, bro. Like there's such a cloud over education, going to college and spending money, and then you have student loan debt. You have to make it a fun thing. If you want great things to come from it, don't feel like buying a course or learning from someone is such a burden. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is the way it's supposed to go. You're never supposed to stop education. If the last formal education you got was 10, 20 years ago in college, like you're behind.
Yep.
You are behind. So make this a fun thing. Do it with your partner, do it with your spouse, do it with your best friend. Make education a fun thing, because if it's not fun, you're going to avoid it. And if you're going to avoid it, you're not going to get ahead.
For sure. Do it with the tequila bottle with you. Do it at the strip club.
Do what you got to do.
Do it wherever you got to do it. But please do it, guys. You know what I mean? But no, appreciate you coming on, man. Appreciate you talking and giving us a little bit of your time and some of your knowledge, man. I'm looking forward to the course and seeing what this thing does to help the thousands of people that I know it'll help, bro. Appreciate you coming.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. Be easy.
Peace.